It's recording. Here we go. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Today is PVI for bases. And Cindy is requesting to record this meeting locally. Is that all right, Shelley? I don't see why not.
Yes, please do. Or you can record it to the cloud. I don't know which way you like it, but
yeah, that's what I did. Okay, Marsha, I'm going to spotlight you, and then when the singers begin, we'll spotlight them along with you.
Okay.
There you go. It's all yours.
Okay. So a little background about myself. I was born in Portland and grew up in Beaverton and have been singing as long as I can remember. Mom was a Sweet Adeline, and before that, she always sang with us in the car. She would harmonize. So I learned all my harmonies from Mom. She joined City of Roses when I was 16, and I've been dancing since I was 4. And I choreographed City of Roses for a couple of shows. And did you lose me?
I didn't do anything. Yeah. Yep, we don't see your face. Oops.
uh-oh, what happened?
Looks like she's gonna have to switch to her phone, huh?
Marsha, can you hear us? Sorry, go ahead, Cindy.
Yep. She was having trouble signing onto her computer, and she had her phone. So here she is on her phone, I'll betcha. Marsha?
Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, but we don't see you.
Come on, video. There we go.
You may need to switch, Cindy, the pin from her computer to the phone.
There we go.
There we go.
How's that? Better? Okay, I use my
Perfect.
Okay, I should have just stuck with the phone. I'm so done with this computer. Anyway, see if I can get a good prop up here. Okay, so let's see. I went to college. I got my bachelor's in vocal music education. I have a master's in education and curriculum instruction and a minor in teacher leadership. And I've been teaching and dancing since I was 4, and I am a choreographer and vocal coach and a theater coach and director, and I had a dance studio for 16 years, and I sang in Pride of Portland for a very long time, and Cascade Harmony, and various quartets. And I'm currently in Twist, which we compete, and another one called On Cue, which does not compete. Doesn't compute sometimes either. Anyway, that's sort of in a nutshell. I have 4 boys, and they all sing, dance, and act. My son's a choreographer in Eugene. Very proud of him for that. It's pretty cool. So I love coaching people. I love helping people improve with their voice and posture and presentation and anything that you need. So I'm usually I'm on staff for all the things, for SET and for Harmony College Northwest, and it's just a blast. So I'm so glad to be here. So thank you all for coming and putting up with my stupid computer problems.
So I think Lori is going to be first, so I'll go ahead and spotlight her. There you go.
Okay, I can't see Lori.
Oh.
Like because it's too dark, or?
Oh, there you are. No, because you hadn't talked yet. There we go.
If everybody could please mute, that would be great. I will do it myself.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Lori. Nice to meet you.
Hello, you too.
So usually in a PVI, we start by, I ask you what is your goal for this PVI? What are you looking for help with?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
that I would like help with. How can I sing on the beat, every beat, in sync with the meter of the song without singing too early or too late? And also, how can I add expression to a lyrical line?
You mean vocal expression or facial expression?
Vocal expression. Well, vocal expression.
Okay, I have good answers for that. So
Good.
the first, I know, right? The first one is on the beat. So I'm also a tap dancer. So rhythm is everything, and on the beat is everything. And I do some drumming. I've drummed with Pride with some things and Cascade. And so what you need to do is subdivide your beat, which means if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, you can take that increment of time from this clap to this clap, and sometimes do it a little short, and sometimes do it a little long, and you are out of sync. So what you do is you count the half beat in between. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, or even 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and that'll keep you right on the ones because you have to count the time in between. And so that's a real easy fix. One way to do it is to tap on your leg with like the tip of your middle finger. So if this is my leg, you would be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And while you're singing, your arms down and you're just tapping on the side of your leg. So do you want to try that once? Do you have a specific song that you find that you are maybe rushing or lagging in?
It could probably be any song, and
So
it will be helpful to me.
yeah. So what's one of your songs in chorus?
Um, uh, if ever I would leave you.
Oh, okay. So ballads are another story because in a ballad, you watch your director because there's a lot of what we call rubato. There's some give and take in tempo. So it's not just straight on. You know, if you have a driving up tune, you can have a straight on beat. But if you've got a ballad, you're going to be singing, um, if ever I would leave you, right? Or whatever. I've done that song. So you might be stretching the ever and then the leave and then come in with the you in a nice, warm, rich tone, but it's not going to be a digital incremental sync thing. So what you have to do, well, in a quartet, you breathe with your lead. So when your lead breathes, you all breathe together and you all come in together. With a chorus, you breathe with your director. So as the director gives you that upbeat, this is your breath, and you come in together. And that needs to be rehearsed as an ensemble. So you've got, if they do this, 1, 2, 3, breathe, 1, 2. And everyone has to do that the same way every single time, about 8 million times, and they'll be synced up like that. So as far as ballads go, watch your director. And when they do this, and you know the plan ahead of time, right? So it's if ever I would
Right.
leave you, stretch, it wouldn't be in summer, right? And so you've got, you know,
Well,
some,
it's really in the breath then.
yes, it's the setup of the breath, and it's truly just listening to people around you and breathing when they breathe according to the plan that you have as a chorus. There will be chorus breaths, and then there's your individual breath. So it could be a breath that you are doing personally in a long vocal line that you are either breathing too quickly or taking too long to come in. And so that's one way that will mess up your sync. And so if you're breathing, like if I do, if ever I would leave you, it be in summer, and you drop out a syllable, preferably something that not everybody else is dropping out, right? Otherwise, you have a hole
Right.
in the sentence. And so drop out like connecting verbs, you know, is, and, was, were, all of those are easy to drop one of those out and come back in, but you still sing it with your mouth. Don't just go, if ever I would, it wouldn't be, you know, because your mouth gets out of sync because mouth muscles have to be trained, just like tongue muscles. You know, if you do
Right.
tongue twisters, right? And you're training the muscles to do things. So when you sing your vocal line, you should go, if ever I would leave you, wouldn't be in summer. And then nobody knows you're breathing, for one. And then for two, you're getting a breath in time with the music.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
That
if,
makes sense.
yeah, Strike Up the Band, for instance, would be a driving up tune. So you go, hey, leader, strike up the band. Tut, 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 tut. Hey, leader, strike up the band. Every single note has a specific amount of time that it needs. And
Yeah.
if it's all nice and square like that, it's really easy to subdivide that and get it together. But in a ballad, it's another story. So, keep your mouth singing the whole time, even when you're breathing, and that will help a lot with that. So, did that
Okay.
answer your question?
Yes, very much
Oh,
so.
good. Okay.
And
And
it's also it's good to know it is not the first time I've heard those kinds of things. So
there you go.
it's just reinforcement of it. So
And building your own personal habits. And if you are a pencil and paper person, get your music out and circle or mark or draw something on the syllables you are going to drop for your breathing. Some people do very well with that. It's a very left brain approach.
yeah,
Excuse me, which is not bad. But you can go, if ever I would leave, and then don't breathe on the you. Try to keep the beginning and ends of the phrases. So if ever, breathe on the I, right? So you're going to circle your
mhm.
I or put a mark. I do a big slash because I need big things because I won't pay attention to
You see
little
it
things.
big.
I'll just blow it right off. Yeah. So, you've got, if ever would leave you, it wouldn't be summer. And you just circle those. And some people do really well with pencil and paper, and that's what you use to practice at home. And then
Yeah,
when you're in chorus, you should have that in your ear. If you train your ear the right thing, you are golden. If you train it the wrong thing, then you have war trying to change it because ears are powerful. Um,
right.
uh, Former quartet mate used to say, don't trust your lying ears. So, that's how gossiping gets started. That's how people misread.
Right.
Yeah, ears are not honest. And so, but
Right.
if they hear it, if ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Then your ear's like, okay, that's what it is. And then
Right.
they change interp. And then your ear's like, no. And so you do the way the ear thinks. And you have to rep it about 50 million times to get your ear to stop at least 5 to 10 times in a row. Seriously. And then
Yeah.
your
Oh, I believe it.
to hear the new thing, and then you can adjust that. But it's kind of a pain, but that happens a lot, especially with changes in interpretation, which we
Yeah.
get all the time. And
Right.
so you're a pencil paper person, mark it all on your music. And when you're home, you read everything and practice it. We used to call it ad nauseum. So you get it in your ears so much, your ear cannot hear the old way.
Yeah. I
But
didn't used to do that, but through section leads and director, we're learning to do, I am learning to do that more and more and to rely on that.
yeah,
One of the biggest things that I've really been working a lot on is, and I've made some really big gains, is taking the pressure out of and excessive force out of my voice.
absolutely.
It's and that has just taken repetition, repetition,
Mhm.
repetition.
So on that note, that's a resonance and sound production issue. And the good and the bad thing about that is they always say don't make bass. Have you ever heard that? Don't make bass. Stomping on, if ever I would leave you, here I am, I'm the bass, I'm so powerful. Yeah,
Yes, I've
wrong.
heard that, only in different words.
And then you hear the coaches say, I've heard all these. They said, don't make bass. And I said, I don't even know how to do that because I was a baritone for 9 years. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not making bass. What is making bass? So I had to learn. But when when I sing, I played the cello for a very long time. And I love the cello. And it's that sound of that stretch of the string and that wide resonance. And it's like I try to create a sound that's kind of like a dust cloud. If you took a handful of dust and you sprinkled it like this, you'd get this cloud that just buffs out right now. So I'd
Uh-huh.
sing, if ever, and I sing wide like this. And I try to wrap my sound around the lead, which is what you want in a quartet. And so your job is the foundation of the chorus your job is not to shove it in their face. It's to create this beautiful, wonderful, warm sound that everyone can sing into. And if the
Right.
lead lock with you and the octaves lock, and then the tenor dances around on top and the baritone jumps around and fills, then you have your cone because you have done your dust cloud, so to speak. A lot of
Right.
coaches will say sing through your ears. They'll say warm it up with air. There's all of those. And that's all true. So whatever works for you, mine is, I picture like in the song Love Letters, for instance. That's a beautiful cello line. Love letters and wee small hours. Oh, bass lines, right? So love letters straight from your heart. And you get all of this wonderful sound because you're stretching this way. And
Yeah.
it's not as much a dynamic thing as it is adding more resonance in your head. So you're not just singing this way. Love
Yeah.
letters straight from your heart. Hear the difference?
Very
Yeah.
much so.
So another trick is to sing to 3 different points in the room. This helps add resonance. So if you sang, like, sing that phrase, love letters straight from your heart, just sing that.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Okay, now you're going to sing love letters to the one of the corners of your room in front of you. You've got a corner to the left, a corner to the right, and straight ahead. Those are your 3 directions. So mentally, put your voice there. Lori Lyford calls this taking your voice for a walk around the room. Yeah, so if I sing love letters straight from your heart, sorry, it's morning. But if I do it this way, love letters straight from your heart. Hear the difference in that?
I do hear the difference. So that's wild.
Difference, and that will make your voice warm and rich and lovely, and it will not be heavy. But you don't want it heavy, you want it light but resonant. And
Right.
so you do that and sing to love letters to one corner, then straight from your to the other corner, and then heart, and then when you get to heart, get your dust cloud. Okay, so give that a try.
Love letters straight from your heart.
How did that feel?
If I liked it better. It felt I was envisioning each side, and I
Good,
could feel
yeah.
that.
It's lyrical, and you want it lyrical. You don't want it heavy, And if you sing bass like that, then you have this nice lyrical lift to your tone. And that's
Yeah.
what cellos do.
Yeah.
It should work. Shelly says it should work. It totally works, Shelly. So yeah, so you made a big difference in your voice right there. Now sing the old
Yeah.
way. Can you go back and sing the old way? I know, Shelly, I'm joking.
Do I want to do? Love letters straight from the heart.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just right there. It's
right there.
just,
Yeah. Now
yeah.
sing the new way.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Did everybody hear the difference in that? That was huge. And now
Yeah,
you have a big, beautiful, round, resonant bass voice. And make sure when
yeah.
you do jumps up higher, jump higher than you think it should go. So love letters straight, higher than you think. Straight, straight. Hear the lift? Yeah. So
Yes.
try and then get your lift on your jump.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Better, don't be afraid to stretch out the straight. Now think of it like a mushroom cloud, okay? Straight from your heart. Now try it.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Now you're filling the room and you're giving that what you wanted to know is how to be more expressive in your singing. Right there,
Yes,
right there
I
is to
can hear it
stretch, yeah, around the
and I can
room.
feel it.
Good, good. And your ears heard it. And we know how important that is, right? So,
Right.
um, okay. I got a comment. I can't read the whole comment, Shelley. Um,
Yeah, you're at 20 minutes and you still have two other PVI
Oh, okay.
recipients,
I'm
so you
sorry.
need to kind of wrap up. Take a few minutes to wrap up with Lori, but just be sure
Okay.
to
Yeah.
move on.
I thought someone was timing me and would let me know when I had a minute, so I forgot. Cindy, are you doing that?
We can. She's on mute, but that's okay, Cindy.
Oh,
We'll deal with that. Yeah.
okay. Keep an eye on the time. I just didn't because I tend to overgo. So anyway, so I apologize. Okay.
Get to
So
benefit.
any other questions? I mean, that was huge for you. That's so much
Yeah,
better.
it
Yeah.
was. No, I mean, those for a little chunk of time,
Yeah.
that was what I was really interested in. So
Perfect. So
thank you.
that, and then message me later and see how it works. So,
Okay. All right.
okay. Thanks
Thank
a
you so
lot.
much.
Absolutely. Okay. Who's next?
Me, I think I fixed my video problem. I unplugged my camera and then plugged it back in a different spot, and now it's working. So,
You know, I think that's what's wrong with mine too. That's why I just said, just forget it. I'll just do the phone. Okay. So tell me your name again.
Terry Roberts,
Harry,
and I'm
that's right.
Spirit of Spokane, and I've been with them 27 years.
Okay. And I'm not seeing you.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Hi, there we are.
Okay. So, all right. Spirit of Spokane. I've seen you before. I know. I mean,
Oh, I've been around a long
been
time.
around.
Yes.
Okay. So what is it you are looking for in this 20
What I'm
minutes?
looking for is trying to figure out a way so that I don't lose my pitch the lower I go. When I start
Okay.
lower, and I know, I mean, I try to keep everything lifted when I sing, to the point that one of my chorus members says I make a face when I sing because I've got everything up and high. But when I get lower on some notes, I start going just to onion skins flat, and I don't even hear it myself, but I get those looks from
Yeah.
later going.
Oh yeah. So,
So that's one of my main issues.
I
I don't have
understand
too much trouble with the higher notes, but I definitely do with when I start
going down low.
going
Yeah.
down the register.
So that is the bane of probably every bass, every singer period, is when you are on
Oh,
a
I
D.
figured it wasn't new to me. So,
It's something we battle with
and you
every
think
single
after
singer.
and you think after 27 years I'd have this all figured out, but I absolutely do not. So
Yes and no, because you have old habits that creep in from before you knew how to do this. And they, when you not really focusing on it, they'll sneak right in.
yes,
So if you ever have a rehearsal where you're sort of marking music, you have to be double checking yourself during that rehearsal, because you can never drop that focus. It has to be kind of right here all the time on the side of your head. I know I do that too, because if you get kind of complacent or you relax or you think, oh, I love this line, it's so comfortable, then you've taken that buoyancy out because you're just happy being all comfortable and you're sinking down into your warm, fuzzy blanket.
yes,
But it doesn't go with the song. Yeah. So what you need to be doing, little trigger points for basses, anybody really, but like I did in the last PVI, when you jump up a note, you need to jump higher than you think it is. And when you go down low, you need to go down in very shallow increments and not big relaxed steps. Because if you're going, now I'm going down, did you hear how much I flatted on that? Like
yes,
a half step. Okay. If you go, now I'm going down, do you hear how much higher that is?
yes,
So what I'm doing is it's essentially Pythagorean tuning. You've heard this before, I'm sure, right? P tuning,
yes,
P tuning. Oh yeah, for years. That means the steps that are not dominant. Like if you're on 1, 4, and 5 of a scale, then those are real dominant. So you sing those straight on. But the other ones, you know, which is 2, 3, 6, and 7, you sing those way on the high side of the note. So as you're descending, you sing 1 and you're up here and you lift in there and you put it up in your cheekbones.
mhm.
Nothing is ever low down here.
No,
It'll resonate down there, but it's always lifted here. And that means you're putting the weight of your sound up in your nasopharynx, which is your sinuses, right? And that's your big resonator up in your head. I mean, you resonate in your chest, in your mouth, and in your nasopharynx. And when you get that lift, it goes up into your head and it comes out like your head, your forehead, and your ears. Your coaches all the time say, put the unicorn horn on leads, you know, because they
Yes.
want them to do that. They want them to reach up. Basses have to do it too. So you've got 1, tiny half step 7, not 7, 7. Hear that difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
I-
6, make it higher, not 6.
6.
See my face change?
Yes.
1, 7, 6, 1, 7, 6. Okay. We learned from last year, we had a coaching session with Dale Syverson, who's just plain brilliant. And she said, there is, when you breathe in and you raise your cheekbones, there's a little tiny muscle in the back of your throat that actually lifts your soft palate. And so if you do this on every breath and you feel like you're lifting with every single note that goes down, your throat will be more open because that little muscle will activate your soft palate more. And I was like, oh, I like that. That's brilliant. And it totally works. That's why they've always said, you know, smile, sing with your cheekbones up, but make this ooh.
Yes.
So you're like, you know, and you just look weird. So you have to have a little bit of a lift here all the time to activate that muscle. So as you breathe, right on the breath, you lift. And I'm sure you've been told that before too, right? Now, the secret is to hold the lift. You can't let it go once you start singing. So you have to go 1, 7, 6, 5, right?
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I think
Right.
that's what I've been doing is I let the lift start
Yeah.
lowering.
1,
Goes down,
7,
voice goes down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then your octaves will match. And you can do that with a TE tuner. Do you have one of those on your phone?
I do. I don't know how to use it very well, but I do.
You put it on pitch pipe, and down the bottom is a little circle. Touch that. And if you're starting on C, like middle C, or if you start at say E flat, it's usually a happy place for basses to start.
Yeah.
So you start here, and I don't have a pitch pipe with me at the moment, but so sing 1, let's say it's there. Okay. 1, you sing it and go 1. Now voices fluctuate. So you will see the
Got it.
color,
Oh.
but if you in the middle most of the time, you're doing good.
Okay, I'll practice more with the tuner because I
Yeah,
haven't been
and you'll get
practicing with it very well.
so. And in general, if you're singing a song, let's see, what's a good line that descends? Oh well, make something up. I go, I am going here, right? So
Yes.
you've got that. You go, I am going here. That's that heavy make bass thing, right? Which everybody does when they don't know how to do it the right way. And so you have basses around you probably doing that. And that's hard because your ear will hear it and you'll want to go with them. And what you have to do is be the trailblazer. And you have to
Yeah, I'm a
go.
good sheep. I follow right along.
And you need to be the ram. So I am going here. And if you're singing against them and they're singing here, challenge that. Here. And they'll go, what are you singing? And they'll be like, this is the right note. You know, you need to do this too. So, and if are you a section leader?
No, no,
Okay, so you might,
Cindy Knight's my section leader.
oh, there you go. So talk with your section leader about all of this, and every bass line you have in any song should be, they usually say, sing it like it's a high note, right? And if people don't know what that means, it doesn't help them. And so if you do it digitally and you work that way, that helps you. If TE Tuner doesn't help you because you look at it and go, I don't get all this, then you need to think of it as adding lift to the sound and not weight. And you've probably heard that in coaching too, right? So I lift am going here. And everything travels up as far as energy goes. So take your voice for a walk around the room, like I did in the last PVI, and you lift with every single thing you do. So try that once. Just sing it with your face kind of down and sing, I am going here. Do that.
I am going here.
Okay, now that wasn't terrible. I want you to do it terrible.
I am going here.
Yeah, so you're under the pitch every time. And
Yeah,
now,
I'm singing down here.
yes. So sing up here. So lift
I am
breathe,
going
and
here.
good. Now I want you to sing to the corner, then the corner, then the center.
I am going here.
How does that feel?
Better. Sounds like it's more in tune to me.
It's more in tune. Now you need to take the tension out of your face. I'm sure you all saw that she went like this. I'm doing it, right? And so what you need to do is breathe naturally, like I'm happy. Think of something happy. Like right now, your happy face is very pleasant. So breathe up and think. So what makes you happy?
Knowing I'm doing it correctly.
So think,
Makes me very
"This is
happy.
great. Yeah, it's fun to do it right. So breathe up and go, I am going here because I'm happy. Now try it.
I am going here.
Okay, now sing it to the corner, corner, center.
I am going here.
Hey, how does that feel?
Better.
Good. There's more lift to it. Your mental attitude when you sing is a big deal. And also all of this other stuff that we've been doing. But if you like the song, then sing into it. If you don't like the song, then find a way to like the notes and the words that you're singing. And you can say, well, I really don't like this song, but I'm going to sing this phrase beautifully and this phrase beautifully. So nobody can say, what are you doing? Right? So take your, I don't like this and put it over there and sing it because it's musical.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Did you have anything else?
No, that's my main issue
Ah,
is making sure that I'm on key because it took me the longest time to realize when Mike would tell me I was off key that I really was. Because I kept
mhm.
thinking to myself, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It sounds right to me. And it's something I'm still working on.
Well, and within every sound, there are tiny increments of high and low. So they often do this. They make the C. They say if you're singing straight on the pitch, it's right here. And they say add 2 cents or add 4 cents, right? That's from a system called just intonation, and it's very digital. And what you're doing is you're tweaking it up a little bit as far as lift. And so you get this lift in the sound. If you're clear up here, you're on the sharp side of the note. So you don't want to be there. But a lot of notes, you want to attack them here. So as they come out here, they'll resonate here, as opposed to starting here and then they sink down to there.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So if you ever hear anyone say add 10 cents or add 2 cents or whatever, that's what they're talking about. Let's get more
Okay,
of
I've
a
never heard that, but I
yeah,
will. Yeah.
little bit here in the arc, and that's the same thing as opposed to it's two very different sounds, and you want the lifted one.
Yes.
So yeah. So that's one thing too. So listen for those coaches who might bring that in. You never know.
And work with my TE tuner more often.
Exactly. Yeah. And if that is something that really connects with you, use it and do it with every song you sing and sing your lines slowly. Like if we're doing, go back to love letters because it's in my head. So if you sing love letters, do that so you can get as much green as possible in the middle. And if you've got the little scoops below it down there, you're singing love letters and it's heavy. And so that'll tell you right when it's under pitch.
Okay.
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 So great. Good job. I hope
Thank
that
you.
helps. Yeah. Let me know.
I will.
Okay. And we have Do we have 5 minutes or are we done?
You actually have 6 minutes
6
left of
minutes.
that 20 minutes, but we can
Oh,
move on to your next singer if you'd like.
well, or do you have a phrase in your song that you would like to sing that I could help you with that?
Not a particular one I can bring to mind.
What's your ballad right now for
My
content?
ballad is "If Ever I Would Leave You,"
Uh-huh.
and
I love
there actually is a line. If ever I would leave. Oh wait, let me see if I can figure out where I'm at. Where I would leave you. No. I'd have to go back and look. I can't go to spots in my song and just automatically
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
know. I've done that, but it's been a while. So if ever I would leave you, there's one that does that. On those jumps down, if
Yes.
ever, I know I'm making up notes here, so, but if ever, lift that up, I would.
I would leave. And I can't reach the very bottom note, so I do the octave up above.
What key are you? But
So
I think it's an E flat, maybe. We pitched it down to D for my lead, and I was like, okay, because D is right down the bottom of mine. And so we would have to sing it really softly on the low D, so I'd have enough resonance to fill. But
I'm looking at my music right here.
yeah,
Could I leave you gliding happily through the snow?
good one to.
Except
But
that's not starting on the right note.
that's okay. When you go up on that jump, happily through the
Snow.
snow, your snow is way up over your head.
Yes.
Yeah, don't go snow, right? It's a happy thing. I love snow. I like to stand in the snow and watch all the flakes, right? And yeah, so you go snow and it make that like a mushroom cloud because it's so much fun. And then you don't drop as low because you've got a happy feeling with it. So, and then on those lower ones, sing them like they're a high note, like with a mushroom cloud. Happily through, or whatever your pitches are, right? I can sing down here, and it's all lifted. And nothing should be heavy or relaxed. You need to relax and lift, not relax and stomp. And
Yes.
add air, like they say. A lot of people sing, I will really go. And you're like, wow. So you want, I will really go. Hear all the air in the sound?
Yes.
That's another thing that will really help with all of that too. There's many facets of fixing that. And it just depends on what you're doing all the time and what you want to do, because what you're doing might be lifting, but maybe not enough. Or it might be you, like you said, you think you're on the right note, but you're not quite. And so you need to sing it higher than you think it's supposed to be. Ever I would, ever I would is a whole level higher than the first one. So keep that lift. So,
Okay.
okay, does that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, a few more minutes of things. It's always good. Okay, who's our next one?
Let's see. Let me find her.
It's me.
There she is.
Hooray.
Excellent.
I'm so honored to meet you.
Hi, you too. So tell me your name again.
I'm Shayna Millerette. I am with Rolling Hills in the
Okay.
Tri-Cities.
Oh,
I actually grew up in Vancouver across the river from you.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You look familiar.
I've been with the chorus since August of 2022. So pretty new still. Lots of learning.
My
um,
lead, Tracy, used to sing in Rolling Hills.
aw,
Tracy got her mom was director for a long time. So yeah.
very
So
cool.
place in my quartet's heart for Rolling Hills.
Yay.
Okay. So what would you like to learn in this PVI?
My issue is I have mild asthma, and sometimes you can probably hear I have a little bit of a flare up right now. So, in these times, I would like to know, are there any tips and tricks on containing like a clarity in the voice without becoming so breathy? And speaking of breath, my other one is breathing longevity. Are there specific exercises or some advice? In our Uptune, we have 10 measures where we can't, or where there's supposed to be no breath. So I
Right.
like to try to push myself, but then by the end, we're
Right.
so I
Okay.
know I probably should sneak breaths, but I'm wondering if I'm sneaking breaths where everyone else is.
So on the first note, I also have asthma with allergies. So I know, and my mother
Mhm,
very, very badly. Um,
mhm.
I'm an authority on asthma and just flat out not fun. What triggers your asthma?
I do have seasonal allergies, but also exercise. So I have the exercise induced bronchospasm or whatever that is.
Wow, that's not fair.
And I'm on
So
the riser team, so I help set up risers before and then I help take them down. So sometimes I have to take a little shot of my inhaler before we
absolutely.
rehearse.
I mean, it is so, so important to keep all of that wheezing of any kind out of your airways, as
Hmm.
you know. I mean, it leads to long-term bad things. And
Okay.
if you feel even a slight wheeze, go ahead and get your albuterol inhaler out and give yourself a puff. And then
Okay.
sit for a minute and take very low, deep breaths, like belly breathing. Like push your
Okay.
belly out and pull your belly button in and relax your shoulders and get all of these muscles to calm down because you don't need that tension ever for anything, right? So if it starts to happen, stop whatever you're doing. If you're setting up risers and you're wheezing, sit down and take care of
Okay.
yourself. Do
Okay.
your inhaler, breathe deep, get it gone. Because all it does is irritate everything and it just keeps irritating, as you know. And it gets worse and worse and worse until you calm yourself. I know coffee helps with some people and tea, stuff with caffeine. I don't know if that
Hmm.
helps or not, but sipping warm liquids all the time. Like I have my tea here, I have right here. I've been sipping it. And keeping moisture in your throat will help a
Okay.
lot with that. You get that dry tickle and,
Hmm.
yep, and you start coughing, the tickle just gets worse. So the best thing to do is to stop and to breathe real deep and blow out through your cheeks. Your cheek cells will absorb oxygen quicker than getting it into your lungs. Yeah, I learned that running cross country in high school. So,
Wow. That's cool.
and you get more oxygen and you can run longer without, dying of lack of oxygen. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're sitting down and you're having a little slight asthma attack, a minor one or even a major, I mean, you need to breathe in slow and make your cheeks real fat when you puff out. And then breathe in really slow. If you feel that tickle, swallow, sip things, put in a cough drop. I have my Ricolas right here because I have all the same issues, and I get that. You have to keep moisture in your throat. That's will keep the tickle away, and
Okay.
then slowly all those capillaries and things and all that everything can calm down because your bronchial tubes need to relax. Yeah, so that will
Amazing.
help. And if you're wheezing when you're on the risers, then what you do if you're doing the big long vocal line, never
Hmm.
ever ever just try to go for it and die. That's
Okay.
always bad vocal production, vocal breath management, and that
Hmm.
goes Don't think you're going to save the day and make it to the end. You know, what you do is you take a breath on one of those connecting words, like I said before, and
Right.
plan your breathing pattern out. So if you've got, if ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. And you're doing it slow. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. And you're like, okay,
Mhm.
don't do that to yourself. No,
Mhm.
if ever I would you, it wouldn't be right? I mean, do
Right.
the breathing you need. And if you are wheezing at all, you need to take maybe 2 or 3 words. And that's okay. Because what you want is a nice, warm, slow breath in, and that
Right.
will stop this tension. But if you try to push, this gets worse. And if
Okay.
you try to not deal with the issue at hand, you
Mhm.
know, like if you say, oh, I'm just going to sing like I usually sing, it's going to tighten up because all of a sudden now in the back of your mind, you're stressed. And
Right.
that stress and this seizes, and stress will get asthma like that, and it'll be bad. That was my mom. She would send herself into an asthma attack by stressing about something.
Oh no.
So, oh yeah, hers was really, really bad. And it destroys your alveoli in your lungs, and it makes you have,
Mhm.
you know, COPD and all these bad things. So, which we went through that. And so the asthma is a big deal. So if you are singing like if ever and you feel that tickle, and just go summer. If you need that long, do it, because it's your
Okay.
personal health you need to take care of. So I hope
Perfect.
that helps. And oh, never be on the risers without a water bottle, and
Yes.
make it warm, warm water.
Okay.
Warm water will soothe the throat. Cold water shocks it. So
Okay.
everybody loves ice water. They can drink their ice water, but if I do that, I get the hiccups. So it's like it shocks the body. So I always have warm water, or room temperature. Yeah. So that's that. Now, what was your second one? I forgot already.
Yeah, it was basically,
Oh,
yeah, the
getting through
longevity.
the long.
You kind
Yeah,
of hit both points.
I know. But yeah, so yeah, because what you want to do is make sure you do the things that you need to do for you as a singer. You are
Mhm.
not around you. You take care of you. And if you need to take a breath, do it someplace with a short word or a half of a word. You know, if you're singing willow, you can go low, you know, try not to go will, because you've missed the end of your phrase. Back to
Okay.
the expressive singing question with my first PVI person, that ties into this, because if you're singing love letters straight, which we don't usually ever do it that slow, but if
Yeah.
that happens, you never know. A chorus sound sometimes is really great to stretch out in the one spot. And if
Right.
you're wheezing or you're going to cough or any of that stuff, it blows all of that. It's not fun
Right.
for you. And
Right.
so the beginning and the ending of the phrase are most important, and any swell in the middle. So plan your little sneak breaths a little early. Maybe you don't, like, here's your phrase, and maybe you don't need air yet, but you know you're going to need it here. So sing a little bit, breathe a little more, and retank, you know, and then make it through the end of the phrase. So,
Okay.
and then another thing is using your abdominals, right? Your abdominal muscles are connected to your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is an involuntary muscle, so you can't really control it except
Right.
with your breathing. When you breathe in, the diaphragm goes down and the abdominals relax. When
Mm-hmm.
you breathe out, the diaphragm goes up, the lungs shrink, and the abdominals come in. I mean, that's just mechanics, right? And so when
Right.
you are on the best thing you can do is push your belly button out for more air.
Okay.
Don't, oh, I have to breathe here. Just push it out. And the air, I said, automatically goes in. Because
Yes.
it because what you're doing is your abdominal muscles are stretching, your diaphragm drops down, and your lungs expand all by themselves. That's how you breathe when you sleep. If you ever watch babies sleep and their little tummy
Yeah.
goes up and
The
down, you know,
tummy. Yeah.
I know. I miss those days. My kids are all grown up. But that's what they're doing. They're belly breathing. And that's what we all do. But when you say, oh, breathe in, and you breathe up here,
Yeah.
you just filled up the really small lobes of your lungs, and you did not fill up the big ones. Yeah. So take your thumb, put it in your belly button, Yeah. Yeah. No, face. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Right. And everything's controlled with your lower abdominals. And you have good posture. So this is good. So make sure that you're lifting from the back of your head. And that way your rib cage and your sternum is open and your ribs can expand and you're pushing your belly out and pulling your belly in. So as you sing, you're going to tank with the air from your abdominals and then you're going to start to sing. And I call this rainbow breathing. It's my own term. If you draw a curved line like a rainbow, you
Okay.
go a third of the way and then I put an X on it. And then you go 2/3 and I put 2 X's. And then a little further, I put 3 X's. And that's how much you use your abdominals as you sing your phrase.
Huh.
So if you belly out like this, love straight from your heart. And you have the strength to end your phrase and you'll have the air. And so, you always are going to bring your abdominals in just a touch when you start to sing. And so try that. Sing what I just did. So belly out and now try it.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Okay. So now you could use a little bit more power from your abdominals.
Okay.
Well, don't want to push
Love
from your throat.
letters straight from your heart.
There you go. And when you do heart, relax your throat and go heart. So that way you're getting,
Heart.
yeah.
Love letters straight from your heart.
Okay. Are you pulling in a lot at the end?
No.
I saw you pull in a little bit and then you just stayed the same, right? So if this is my back and this is my abdominals here, right? You're going to go like this. Love letters straight from your heart. And I want your belly button to touch your spine.
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Okay. Love letters straight from your heart.
Okay, from your needs more support.
Okay. Love letters straight from your heart.
More. Heart should grow. And that's
Okay.
from your abdominals. Keep it strong. Try it again.
Love letters straight from your heart.
There you go. How did that feel?
That's really good.
So you are using your abdominals, but you're really only using them about for 25% of what you need to be using them for. So you
Right.
just work harder in your lower part of your body, especially on the ends of a phrase. And now here's
Right.
another, I've said this before, another PVI under glass things, but it really works. And Kim taught me this, Kim Chadwick. She's She's so funny. She goes, "You need butt singing." I said, "What?" Which means you need to tuck your hips under, pull in your lower abdominals, and then you squeeze your glutes together.
Oh.
So if you're at the end of a phrase and you're almost out of air, especially in a quartet, and I did this on the international stage. It totally saved me because I hate hangers, and I had to hang on this honor ballad at the end of the song. I'm like, oh, I hate this, and so I actually shifted my weight off of one leg, and I tucked in my hips and I squeezed my glutes together. So squeeze your butt cheeks together. So try
Oh
that.
my God.
Try it and see what it does. Yeah. I mean, go ahead and sing and try it. Yeah.
Okay. Love letters straight from your
Now squeeze.
heart.
Hope
That's
you all
awesome.
heard that big sound at the end. Yeah, that's called
Yeah.
breath support. And it really works. You squeeze your glutes and your abdominals come in together, and there's all this for air. So now, if you're ever running out of air at the end of a phrase and you really want to make it, do that.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Is there anything else you would like to learn about?
Facial expressions. I don't have a problem emoting, but I have a problem looking like I'm in pain all the time.
That's your thinking face.
Yes.
I have, you know, the rest the RBF, resting bitch face. I show my kids at school. I go, this is me. And when I sit at my desk, I'm this.
Yep. I'm doing
And all the
this.
kids are like, are you mad, Mrs. Kelly? I'm like, no. Like, I just let everything go, right? So in Sweet Adelines, you can't do that. And so
Mm-mm.
you have a thinking face. So, love letters straight, pull my abdominals in from your heart, squeeze it. And I'm doing this so great. It's so, that's what you got to do. Change your face to go with all the positive things you're doing. You know,
Okay.
not like I'm working on this, getting this, and then you have this. You know, you don't want to look like, which is not a pretty face. Blah. And besides, you know, like my grandmother. Anyway, so, but that's what I would do in that is you have to think, okay, now I'm liking the support I'm feeling. I'm liking the phrase I'm hearing. I'm liking the sound around me. You know, show the enjoyment on your face while you're doing all of your work. And don't ever bash yourself. That's really
Okay.
important for any singer. Do not put yourself down for any reason at all, ever. Number one, we are all on our own personal learning curve. And you have just started in Sweet Adelines and you're learning tons, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, why would you ever say, oh, I'm not good enough or I can't do it? Or those are, Jan Carley calls those ducks in your head. And so
Yeah.
she says this, I can't do it. You're singing too flat. This is not right.
Mhm.
Everybody. So you have to shut the duck up. That's what she said. It's a great,
That's awesome.
yeah. And so you think, you know, not what I'm doing wrong, but what am I doing right?
Mhm.
And then, oh, it's either what I'm doing right or what I need to work on. There is never a wrong. Okay. Might be a wrong note, right? But
Marcia,
yes.
Marcia, just so you know, you have 3 minutes before you have to wrap it up.
Okay.
You
So
betcha.
perfect timing. So we're about done anyway. So yeah, for all bases, you really should not yell at yourself. Just
Mhm.
don't. You're worth more than that. I mean,
Mhm.
first of all, we're bases. We're the foundation. Without us, they just have this kind of a tinny trebly thing, you know, but we put the roots on it. And
Right.
sometimes it's a really good tinny trebly thing, but like my chord's probably going like, what are you talking about? Anyway, but you know, that foundation is so important and it should be tension free, it should be warm, it should be well supported. Use the butt cheeks thing, use whatever it takes to get that out and enjoy this with your face. Because think, oh, that phrase went really well. Oh yeah, no, I gotta fix that part. Okay, oh, there's that note. I got to circle it. It's never you're bad and it's never you're wrong. It's like, oh, just that better. And pretty soon everything gets, you know, better, better, better. So anyway, yeah. So I hope that helps a lot. But
Thank you
you
so
have a
much.
beautiful face.
Oh,
So
thank
there's no reason why you should be smiling like that on the risers. I wish I had to work to do this. I did because I came from chamber choir, hold the folder, sing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Suck back and
I
yeah. Yeah.
so
It was a
yeah.
big learning curve.
So, but you have an automatic lift to your face. So I want to take that and put on me. I'd be happy. So, and if you're singing, it's like, I love this song. Here's my favorite part. You know, whatever you're doing, sing it that way. It will stop a lot of problems.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Mental health, right? You're wonderful. Good. Rolling Hills is lucky to have you.
Oh,
Yay.
thank you.
The good work. So I think
Yay.
it's about time to wrap it up, right? Thank
Yeah.
you all. You're wonderful. This has been so much fun. I love PVIs under glass.
If you have any just kind of general comments or advice, you've got another minute or so, Marcia, so you can, wrap up with something general if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You're so sweet. I can see some comments. Um, Yeah, the biggest thing that I've had to learn is to do what I was just talking about, is to praise yourself and to work always to be better. I mean, I got in a quartet that was a really high level quartet, and I had just switched to bass, and I was only bass for 3 months. And I got the beatings like you wouldn't believe, and vocal, happy beatings, not mean ones. But, we want this, get it now, work, 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 work. I love this. Okay. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I worked my tail off and we won regional, went to international twice. And so it is worth the journey and it is worth the hard work, and never say that was wrong. Say, oh, this is great. Now I got to fix this. Oh, now I got that fixed. Okay, now here's the next thing. Pretty soon you have the whole puzzle, one piece at a time, right? And you'll get there. And always lifting, singing around the room, all of those things are lots of tricks and helpful hints. So is that about it? I think we're at time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Marsha. You're always
Mwah.
so full of wonderful wisdom and advice. So thank you very
Well,
much.
I
Good
mean,
job, PVI people.
nice work. Improvement, everybody. Yay.
All
Thank
righty.
you all.
Yep. Take care. Good
You
luck
bet.
with your musicals.
Yeah, thanks. I know. We're getting towards here and March is coming. Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
Saturday.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
okay.
Thanks, Marsha.
Bye-bye.
You bet.
All right. Bye, all.
Thanks,
Bye.
Cindy. Bye.
Bye.